Chapter 1. The world is fine. That's what I keep telling myself nowadays anyway. Alarm clock showing 7:30. Gray light is seeping through the curtains into my room. Phone is on the bedside table, buzzing with some group chat I don't really care about. All the usual background noises of a normal morning. I stare at the ceiling for a while, hoping that something will feel different if I just wait long enough. But nothing does. My room is the same as always. Desk in the corner, laptop is closed, posters on the wall are half peeling at the edges, hoodie on the chair, a mug with a fossilized tea bag in it from, I don't even remember honestly, Saturday, last week. I dragged myself out of the bed, tripping on my own jeans, sweared quietly, and headed to the bathroom. The mirror says I am still me, brown hair that never stays the way I want, dark circles under the eyes, expression like a truly disappointed potato. Handsome, I tell my reflection. Very mysterious. The reflection doesn't answer though. How rude, huh? I brush my teeth, splash the water on my face until my skin feels almost awake, and then go back to the room and pull on my clothes. T-shirt, jeans, hoodie. The holy trinity. My phone buzzes again. School chat. Someone is sending memes about our math teacher. Someone else is complaining about homework. A couple of who's going out this weekend messages. I scroll without really reading that stuff and shove the phone deep into my pocket. Everything is normal, but my chest doesn't agree. It feels like I left the kettle on in another room. Like there's this quiet, steady anxiety humming somewhere in the background, and if I would just open the right door, I will see the problem. But every door I do open is to the fridge, the bathroom, the wardrobe. Nothing is on fire, really. Nothing is even interesting. I grab my backpack and head to the kitchen. Mom is already gone. She has morning shifts this week. Dad usually leaves around the same time. The apartment feels abandoned, like a stage after the actors went home. There is a note on the fridge. Have a good day, Max. Lunch money is on the table. Don't forget the umbrella, Mom. The umbrella is hanging right next to the door, and I know I will absolutely forget it. I chew on the dry bread and cheese standing up, because the plates feel like too much effort today. The clock is ticking. Outside, the traffic is humming. Somewhere upstairs, someone is drilling something into a wall, probably even at this exact spot above my head. Nothing is wrong. I say it in my head like a spell. Nothing is wrong, nothing is wrong. See, you're just tired, you're just bored, you're just being dramatic. As I lock the door behind myself, a thought slips in that I can't quite catch. You're actually lying to yourself, buddy. The street to the metro station is ordinary. Trees, cars, people with headphones, puddles where the last night's rain hasn't dried yet. Halfway down the block, the sidewalk feels off. And I stop. For a second, I have this weird heavy sense that there should be more here. Not shops, not a park, something else. A medieval castle, maybe? Some mountains? Steps leading somewhere through them? Wait, what am I even thinking about? At school, people talk to me and I answer in approximate human noises. Did you see the new episode? Yeah, sure. We've got a test on Friday, right? I guess so. Max, you're spacing out again. Just thinking, buddy. Thinking about what? No idea. If you ask me to repeat a single sentence from any lesson today, I'd have to improvise something and hope that it sounds plausible. A glitch appears near the staircase between second and third floor. I know logically that there are 12 steps. I've counted them before when I was bored. Today, when I'm walking up, It feels like 15. My legs do 3 extra movements that don't match the distance, like I'm climbing some invisible stairs. For half a second, the hallway above stretches too long, like a mirror pulled the perspective out. I stop, blink. It's just the same ugly corridor with the same ugly lockers and the same motivational posters about our bright future. Max? My classmate Nastya Palenko raises her eyebrow. Are you coming to the class? Yeah, it's just miscounted stuff. She shrugs her shoulders and walks on. I just stare down at the staircase. 12 steps. I count again just to annoy myself. Maybe I'm simply tired. Maybe I just hid my head somewhere and forgot about it. Or maybe I'm going crazy in the most boring way possible. Not even full voices in my head, just the geometry being weird. During math, I almost fall asleep twice. The second time, though, I don't quite make it all the way into a proper nap. I slide sideways into that strange half dream where the classroom dissolves, but my body still knows I'm sitting in a chair. There is a corridor, long, straight, impossibly clean. It's not like any corridor in the school. The ceiling is higher. The air is dry and smells of paper and something metallic. Doors line both sides, big, heavy, with handles that look like they belong to some old castle. Each door has a small plaque with writing I cannot really read. Light is coming from somewhere above, softer than our buzzing tubes. No shadows, no dust. My footsteps don't make any sound. At the far end of the corridor, something is glowing red, like a sign or a crack. I walk towards it. I don't remember deciding to, but my feet are moving by themselves. The further I go, the more familiar it feels. Like that weird thing when you visit a place you have only seen in photos and your brain pretends it's nostalgia. Somewhere behind me, someone says my name. Max. The voice echoes along the walls. Faint, annoyed. I turn. No one's there. Just doors and doors, and more doors. The red glow at the end of the corridor is pulsing, louder, like a heartbeat. Max. The second time, the voice sounds closer, female, sharp, almost like she's telling me off for being late. I know that voice. I shouldn't, but I do. It scratches at some locked door in the back of my mind. I take one more step. Max. This time it bursts right into my ear. I wake up. My pen clatters to the floor. The classroom is bright and noisy. The teacher is writing something on the board. People are talking under their breath. Max! Nastya in front of me twists around. Are you okay? Yeah, I say automatically. My heart is hammering like I have been sprinting. My shirt is damp under my arms. You had a bad dream? She asks. Just numbers, I lie. They were attacking me. She rolls with her eyes smirking and turns back. I pick up my pen with slightly shaking fingers. On my notebook, where I should have equation sketches, I find a word scribbled in the margin. Targerfort. The letters are messy, like I wrote them half asleep. For a second, I'm sure I misspelled it, but then I realize I don't actually know how it's supposed to be spelled. I stare at it until the lines of the word blur. Targerfort. It definitely feels like something. I close the notebook. By evening, the day has somehow both dragged and disappeared. My head feels full of cotton. The metro ride home is one grey smear of faces, headphones, and someone's loud laugh. Back at the apartment, the lights are off. Mom left another note. Working late, leftovers are in fridge. Don't forget to eat, Mom. I microwave something that was probably a soup in a previous life and tastes like sadness and salt now. The TV mumbles in the background while I pretend to watch some show and mostly stare through it. In the show, people have clear problems. Someone cheated on someone, Someone stole something from work, someone owes money to someone. Nice, simple disasters. My disaster is that my stupid normal life feels like a wrong save file. At night it gets worse. I turn off the lamp, lie down, and the ceiling instantly becomes 30 times more interesting. Cracks, faint glow from the street, shadow of the curtain. I close my eyes. The corridor is back. It's almost like the dream from math hit pause when I woke up and unpaused now. Same silence, same doors, same red glow. This time I stand still and wait, just to see what happens. Nothing happens for a long time. Then, quietly, footsteps approach me. They come from somewhere far behind the doors, from multiple directions at once. Soft, steady, like people are walking up and down this place in a hurry, just out of sight. I turn slowly, trying to catch where it is the loudest. One of the doors on my left is slightly open. Warm, reddish light slips through the crack. I take a breath and put my hand on the handle. Max. The voice comes back again, close, irritated, familiar in a way that makes my teeth ache. I push the door. Light washes out, bright and heavy. Someone shouts my name. Max! I sit up in the bed. My heart is racing. The room is dark but seems real. The only light from my phone screen on the table. Buzzing and flashing. Message from Nastya. Dude, did you do your math homework? I stare at it for a second like it's from another planet, then flop back down. My pulse slowly drops, but my brain doesn't. The word from my notebook floats up again. Targer Fort. I don't know where it is. I don't know who the angry voice belongs to. I don't know why the library in my dreams feels more real than the metro train I took this morning. What I do know, though, is in that stupid quiet moment between two phone buzzes is this. Nothing is wrong is the biggest lie that I tell myself every single day.